Conservatives, yeah, gloat about using the military for mass deportation. Once again, this was something that they promised would never happen. Here it is.
It's Trump's landslide victory, and migrants are deporting themselves. Locals say the Haitians who settled in Springfield, Ohio, have already started shipping out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a mass exodus after Trump confirmed he'll use the military to carry out mass deportations. People take Trump at his word. He's saying we can do this the easy way, or we're going to do this the hard way. The illegals know the jig's up. If Borders Czar Kamala projected the same kind of strength, we wouldn't have a bloodthirsty gang infiltrating 15 states and counting.
Okay, all right. CNN political contributor Scott Jennings, who doesn't like to answer questions typically, he gets into a verbal brawl with a veteran about who's more of an expert. Here it is.
There's nothing more sacred or more serious that you could ask an American service member to do than deploy opposite American civilians.
They're not being deployed against American citizens. They're being deployed against the illegal immigration population, which, by the way, I think most people would agree is a national emergency, a national security emergency. Number two, for years, we've been deploying the National Guard to the
wildfires.
To the border.
For wildfires.
No, to the border.
In small numbers.
To the.
This is a very different thing.
Many state.
No, you can't deploy them to.
You got to make your speech.
Is it a debate with you, or am I answering questions with the host? Because every time I come on, you want to sidetrack and take me into your talking points.
But by all means,
no.
Have at it, my friend. You're the expert. Have at it.
No, I'm no expert. I'm just a concerned American.
You act like one. Have we or have we not?
Have you served in uniform?
I have served as a United States citizen and have.
I have served as a United States citizen. Scott, you need to have a conversation with HR. Your privilege, sir, has gone well beyond anticipated levels. That man told an actual veteran he has served as a United States citizen. And that's enough. Jesse Waters is the other one issuing warnings ahead of the mass deportations. Charlie Kirk promises mass deportations and warns if a Democrat gets in our way, well, then Matt Gaetz very well might go arrest you. Well, Sir Matt Gaetz is probably going to be arrested at that time himself. Here it is. This is crazy. This is insane. Play Charlie Kirk.
This is the fight that is necessary. The fight in front of us. The largest deportation force in American history. Mass deportations will be enacted, and every measure and every form of government will work collaboratively to get it across the finish line. And it's going to be a massive information warfare project. But in Laken Riley's memory, we will carry on her fight. In the memory of all the young ladies who will be murdered if we do not get this done. What you just heard there is the incoming Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House, Stephen Miller. Playtime is over. And if a Democrat gets in our way, well, then Matt Gaetz very well might go arrest you. If you are getting in the way of the execution of the federal laws.
Wow. In the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., all men created equal. In his context, he's talking about humanity. In your context, you're talking about a foundational document. See, the foundational document only meant white men who owned property, white men who had access. In King's Declaration, he meant mankind, humanity, people. You see, in King's context, there is no such thing as an illegal person. All right, Senator, this is the rhetoric that has become the mainstream. They're not on the fringes anymore. They are now part of the mainstream. So they've moved the entire conservative movement into this radicalized permeation of Trump's most evil desires.
Yeah, I mean, this is chilling. And who does he think he is? Does he have any authority within the federal government to say if Democrats stand in the way? Charlie Kirk, is he an official of the feds that I am not privy to, that he's going to say, if you get in our way, as if he's in full control of the federal government? Yeah, they bold as hell. This is the way that Trump plans to go after this. President-elect Trump is wrong. That we know we have a broken immigration system in the United States of America. Many presidencies and Congresses in the making. That needs to be fixed. But utilizing the military in this way and putting our sisters and brothers in harm in this way, it absolutely makes no sense. And it is going to cause a lot of chaos. Instead of them doing this the right way, which is to find a humane way to deal with immigration reform, and let's stick to our plan. Right. That's the problem here. We haven't been sticking to our plan as a country. When I say we, I mean the people who are in charge with dealing with immigration. The other point is that a lot of the geopolitical terror or geopolitical upheaval, maybe that's a better word, that is going on around the world, you best believe the United States of America has been involved in most of it. So the push and pull factors that push people or pull people to come into this country. Now, we should have rules. We should have set of laws. I don't believe that this country should be an open border nation. We're not an open border nation. But how are we going to deal with our impacts around the world that causes this kind of distress? And secondly, why would anybody celebrate to the measure that Charlie Kirk and his ilk are celebrating, tearing people out of this country? And third, it is going to cause the type of chaos where they may round up the wrong people. No rhyme or reason, because just pure hatred is driving them. They don't care about the American people. And then for the Haitian sisters and brothers that are in Springfield, Ohio, my state, they are there legally. So let me remind these folks why they keep throwing them up all the time. They are there legally. Now, criminality, yeah, let's deal with that. Whether they're domestic criminals or criminals for another country, yeah, we got to deal with that. But you see what they're doing, Doc? They're trying to paint all immigrants,
yes,
even those who might not legally be here. And I get it. If somebody broke the law, they broke the law. I got it. But where is our humanity in dealing with human beings? But for Charlie Kirk, President-elect Trump, and all the people who believe like he does, they're trying to create this this us versus them, and all of them are bad and rotten and not human. And all of us are good and righteous. See, that's what they're doing. And it's wrong.
And obviously contrary to the facts and contrary to humanity. But as I remind my students all the time, the whole dynamic of undocumented this and undocumented that, please understand it's a contextualized framework, because the same federal law that makes it illegal to work without documentation, the same federal law subsection provides that it is illegal to hire individuals who are not able to legally work. And so while we contextualize these hardworking individuals, typically as other, the people who hire them, the American companies who hire them, the American business owners who hire them are never put on the local news being arrested, and they are never part of the conversation overall. And then we look at cause and effect. Well, why are they coming here? Well, over 90% come here for employment. Why are they coming here for employment? Because of economic destabilization in their own countries. Well, what led to the destabilization? American policies contributed hugely. All right, there you go. Now we can actually start talking about solutions, hopefully at some point in the future.